Hi, I'm Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me today Jessica Dominick and her teacher, Jennifer Truman. And the reason they're here today is to talk to us about something called sustainable architecture. Now, Jessica won an award at an academic decathlon. She's going to tell us about that, tell us a little about herself. I want to hear from her teacher. This is a subject I know about that much about. So be prepared for very basic questions. Thank you guys for being here. So, Jessica, tell me about yourself. I hear you're going to be a senior this coming year. Bret Hart?
Yes.
Yes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell me about yourself. What do you like? What kind of things do you do?
Well, besides school, I have a lot of homework, a lot of stuff to do with school, definitely. Yeah. But other times, I like reading. I like reading books, and I try to keep myself really busy. So this summer, I'm doing a lot to keep myself busy.
That's good. That's important. Mm-hmm. Keep you busy, keep you out of trouble. I can tell you're a troublemaker.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. And what about yourself?
I just finished my 21st year at Bret Hart High School.
That's incredible.
Teach U.S. history and advanced placement U.S. history, as well as the co-coach for the academic decathlon team.
Okay. So when as you said history, I was thinking, so how did you two hook up? But you're a co-coach for the academic decathlon. Did you recruit her?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So what subjects are talked about at this academic decathlon? Does it cover all sorts of things, or was the focus on this subject here?
Well, there's 10 different tests that are math, science, economics, literature, history, one speech, prepared speech. These are the oral tests.
Okay.
So prepared speech, an impromptu speech, an essay.
Interview. Music.
And then music.
Oh, my Lord. So obviously, I have never participated in anything like that before. Do you choose one area that you're going to compete in, or you have to do all of them?
You have to do all of them, all the tests.
Wow.
Every year is theme-based.
Okay.
This past year, the theme was World War II. Uh-huh. And based on that theme, the academic decathlon writes 8 tests based on that theme in all those various different areas, and the students have to prepare as best they can.
Wow.
And a wide range within each topic area. And then the interview and the speech, are individual based. They're outside and exclusive of the theme. And that's why she chose the topic of her speech.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so how did you choose this topic? Is this something that your family is interested in? Where did it come from?
No, I'm just very interested in sustainable architecture. It's just something that I've always been kind of interested in, something that I'm thinking about in college and stuff like that.
Okay, well, tell everyone exactly what that means. When I think of that, I think of, reusing materials or that sort of thing, or solar, using solar panels, but there's got to be more to it than that. So,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, those are good examples. Perfect examples of that.
What is it?
So it's basically putting sustainable design systems into buildings so that they can be more environmentally friendly just by their basic function.
Okay.
So like solar panels, you put them on your roof and they're sustainable. You can generate energy for your home and everything like that, but it can go deeper, and you could do a lot more with your buildings that can make them very sustainable.
Really? Okay. Is it? It seems to me like it would cost a lot to make a home sustainable. Is that true?
It can be. Yeah, depending on the materials that you want to use, it can be pretty expensive. Like if you want solar panels that generate a ton of energy, but other ways that you can have a sustainable design could be concrete flooring in your house. The concrete it acts as insulation as a floor, and so that's just one way that it's pretty easy to just pour some concrete as your floor, and then that kind of keeps the heat in, which can be. It can save you energy costs.
Sure.
It can keep the heat in and all that.
Sure. Now, what area of this did you focus on for your speech?
What do you mean, what area?
Did you just write about it in general, or?
Yeah, I wrote about green roofs.
Okay.
Which are...
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah. You don't just paint your roof green, though. Yeah.
But like lawn on your roof, is that what that means?
Basically.
Or does it...
Yeah.
Really?
You can plant whatever kind of plants that you want on your roof. You can plant your vegetable garden. You can plant some flowers. Yeah, and it's all sustainable, and it helps with like insulation in your house because of the layers of dirt, and helps the bugs and the birds and all that.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. It seems to me that it would weigh a ton, though. So your roof would have to be
very structurally sound.
Yeah, very strong. That's incredible. Is anyone doing that here? Or is it just an idea?
Not around this area, but there are a lot of buildings that are already kind of in place that incorporate those ideas. A lot of places in Europe already have green roofs.
Is it like those cute old thatched houses? Is that the same thing? Mm-hmm. That's really cute. Okay.
The original design comes from that.
Gosh, it seems like, I don't know, I'm thinking around here, just with drought and with the weight of watering the literal weight of a lawn after you water it, and I don't know, I'm thinking about my cats that would climb up there and poop on it, and I'd have to clean it. That's incredible, though. So, how much work did you put into this with her? Did she write all of this herself and did all this research on?
She did. She wrote it herself, did the research herself. My part in it was maybe massaging the idea. The speech was not her original speech.
Okay.
I don't even remember the topic, but as she was putting it together, she just said, I'm not that interested. And we had a lot of discussions, and the primary discussion was the passion.
Right.
You have to be passionate about what you're talking about, otherwise
absolutely
it's simply just information. And we had quite a couple of conversations. What are you passionate about? And she finally said, well, green roofs. And I said, well, why aren't we talking about that? And I think you wrote that then in just hours, right? Mm-hmm. It just came to her that with passion.
Great.
If you're passionate about something, you can talk about it.
Yeah.
And I know you've already had a conversation with Savannah.
Yes.
And I also coached her on her speech. And that same idea of being passionate about something. And for both young ladies, obviously success.
I can feel it. Yeah, the audience can feel it. That makes a huge difference. Well, that is just really, I don't know, it just blows me away. That when your age would know about this, be interested in it. That's really great. We need people like you to do these sorts of things. One more question I just thought of, about how long did you have to prepare for all of this? When you found out about the contest to the time you actually had to do it? Was it months and months or,
Yeah, it was quite a long time.
The theme's announced in April.
Okay.
So next year's theme has already been announced. It's Africa.
Oh, wow.
And the various aspects of Africa, but again, her speech for next year can be on anything but Africa.
Anything but Africa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yikes. That kind of leaves a lot to talk about.
Lots of options,
Yeah. That is so interesting. So this contest is only for kids in high school.
Correct.
Freshmen through their senior year. Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you want to do when you get older?
Architecture.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Architecture or urban planning, which kind of can incorporate all of this.
Yeah. That is so cool. Well, before we get too much further, I want to hear your speech, and then we can go from there. But this is awesome. So thank you for bringing it so you can perform it for us. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Well, I got to read it. I don't remember it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Tomatoes. A plant that can be grown in most places across the globe. In your garden, on a farm, and maybe even in space. But what about on your roof? Green roofs are the new technological advancement in the future of sustainability, even though they've already been used for thousands of years. Ancient Babylonians understood how plants utilized in smart locations can provide shade and even crops. Even though this concept isn't new, it has gained a lot of attention in the past century as we look for sustainable solutions to issues that plague our society. Through planting your lawn on your roof, you're not only saving yourself money and energy, but you're also collecting rainwater runoff and providing another plant source to lessen the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. But what is a green roof, anyway? Do you just plant some grass seeds on your roof and wait for the next rain? Install planter boxes above your head? No. Actually, there is a complex layering system that green roofs employ, combining organic plant and dirt substances with industrial quality materials to keep your lawn from seeping into your living room. Basically, by combining waterproofing materials, filtration systems, and some good supporting beams, one can make a green roof easily on their home, with some time, installation, and maybe a green thumb. Usually green roofs are planted with a sort of grassy plant, but who says your tomatoes can't be grown on your roof? This amazing idea has many sustainable possibilities that help the environment and yourself. With electricity bills soaring, green roofs can provide relief to the too hot or too cold atmosphere of your home, providing an extra layer of insulation that keeps heat in when you want, but keeps it out when you don't. Studies have even shown that buildings that employ green roofs have a 10% or more decrease in energy costs during winter months, as the added insulation keeps wanted heat indoors. Along with the carbon emissions you saved with that lower energy bill, the CO2 eliminating plants will fight greenhouse gases while making your neighbors ask why you're standing on a ladder picking your ripe tomatoes. Just tell them that your vegetable garden collects the rainwater that comes down, with a filtration system that collects it and has the ability to then irrigate other projects. Basically, planting the green on your dream home comes with the benefits that help both you and the environment. Reducing your energy bill and harmful emissions comes with the added benefits of getting rid of CO2 in the atmosphere through your living roof and collecting rainwater that reduces runoff after a storm. And along with that, the possibilities are even endless when it comes to how this green roof movement grows. The sky is quite literally the limit when looking at this green roof concept, with skyscrapers even employing this tactic across the globe. With this sustainable concept taking root, the possibilities are endless. As human population continues to expand and our consumption does as well, finding a way to reconnect with nature has never been more logical. And employing these roof systems not only provides a great conversation starter between you and your neighbors, but it helps the environment and saves you money as well. Just imagine a future where you can look up in a bustling city and see skyscrapers draped in blooming flowers and reaching branches, all planted by the seeds of change that will help save the planet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you just in that 5-minute speech, you brought up things I'd never really considered.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Great job.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Now, I'm thinking now, where do I go from here to talk more about this? Because I do want to know about how the whole contest worked and who you competed against and all of that. But let's talk a little more about this. So I was, as you read that, the skyscrapers where they grow the vegetables and have flower gardens and all of that, that counts as a green roof? Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're already doing that, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
Huh.
it is.
And then in California, because land is also so expensive here, like in New York, that makes sense to go up.
Yeah.
Good idea. And then in Calaveras, if you put marijuana on your roof, you can make your whole house payment and your neighborhood payment just by what you grow on your roof. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so as people, I guess they would use a sprinkler system in the summertime, and then they can collect that water that runs off and then just reuse that?
Yeah.
With
the different layers.
Yeah.
It's not just putting some dirt on your roof.
Yeah,
it's different, like thin screens and waterproofing membranes that can keep keep dirt from seeping into your roof.
Yeah.
But also drain out the water and put it into sort of like a tank, so you could just pump it back up and water your lawn with that again.
Right. Would people want their roof to be flat then for safety reasons if they were to do any gardening on their roof, like picking tomatoes? You'd want a flat roof, right? Not the pitched like most of us have around here. But in that case, I guess you would do a green lawn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Does it need to have certain sort of grass seed or certain plants that can grow up there? And
well, the sky's the limit. I mean,
you're
I'm
right.
sure you could
You're right.
figure something out no matter what you want to plant.
Yeah.
It's just you got to have the right structure to support it and the right dirt and soil.
Okay.
But other than that, it's up to you.
Huh. If you let those big leafy things grow, you wouldn't even need shades over your windows, huh?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
You just trim them at window height so you can see outside. That is really interesting. Huh. Is this something that you were interested in too before this contest, or?
Sure, a little bit. Everybody wants to be a little more environmentally sound
Yeah.
and doing their part. But again, with her passion and talking it out, and we talked about how in the older cities like New York, how they're taking the old overpasses and instead of destroying them, they're making parks on them.
Oh,
So
wow,
the
I
old
didn't know that.
subway lines that are above ground. So they're making parks out of them. So they're still there. The structures are still there. The soils are still there. But instead of trains, they're sandboxes and swings and park benches. And again, that reuse and sustainable kind of stuff instead of destroy and redo.
Right.
And again, her passion for it just seeps through. It's
that
one
is
thing
so
to go, oh, that's neat. But then when you see her face light up and talking about it,
that makes all the difference.
Tell me more.
Yeah. Because seriously, when I was at home and I heard that you were coming on, I was thinking, oh, wow, I'm not even sure if I know what that means. But as I hear more about it, it makes absolute sense. Like, why are we not doing it? I guess you'd have to have special trained people to do something like this. It's not something that I'd want to go home and try myself. That'd be scary. But that is really neat.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Cal Poly has a degree in it now, right? San Luis Obispo?
Yeah, there are schools, colleges, and stuff that have certain directions, like in architecture, like certain subcategories that can go for sustainability, per se.
Wow.
So,
what do your parents do for a living? Do they is something in this field?
Well, my dad makes doors. That kind of helps. I like looking at his plans for the houses. That kind of sparked my interest in architecture.
I think that is so incredible. Just because, I guess because I don't know anybody else who does this sort of thing or has even thought of it, really. That's really neat. And you're so young. So forward thinking, too, to be so young. So tell me more about the actual contest. So how many people were you competing against in this?
At the regional level, we compete at the county level, and Mountain Oaks is the only other school in Calaveras County. Okay. So to move on to the state, we just had to better Mountain Oaks, which we did this year, and it was the first time in a handful of years that we were able to beat Mountain Oaks. It was close, but we were able to. And we actually compete at a regional level with Tuolumne County. So we all compete on the same day, but they have their county and our county. And Somerville won the county. Somerville High School won Tuolumne County, as well as winning the region. We do it all in one day. So they beat us only by a few hundred points. It was quite surprising, in our favor, definitely, to win at that level. And so then moving on to state, if you win your county, you get to move on to the state level. And at state, we're broken into 3 levels: Division I, Division II, and Division III by school size. And within our school size, I believe we competed against 100 other schools. And we're Division III because we are a small. Right? It's Division,
I think we're Division II.
Sorry, Division II. And because we are a mid-range school. And so in all, there was something like 300 schools represented in Sacramento.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So, and you do the same speech for each competition. What if you thought of something new and wanted to tweak it a bit? Can you do that?
You could.
Yeah.
But you only, what is it, a month? I think only a month between the 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks between the two competitions. So it'd be tough to do on top of a full school load to memorize, research, write, and memorize a whole other speech.
This is all happening during the school year. That's incredible. Wow. I wonder why they do it that way and not do it during the summer when you have some time to really think about it. That's a huge commitment. That's really great. Are you going to do it again this coming year?
Yes.
You will, the Africa one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, what do you do to prepare?
We have study guides that we study from. We normally get together in groups and try to study, do different games that we could, test each other on different things, subjects. We try to.
We meaning you, the teacher, and the students all together. Okay. How many students are in there? Will be competing?
Well, your top 3 in each category, because they're also divided by level based on their GPA.
Okay.
And top 3 are what move on, but at the county level, you can have as many as you want to compete.
Okay.
We had 15, right? 15.
Yeah.
15 this at the regional level.
Okay. So at this, when you're beginning for this next competition, it'll be a smaller group. Then a small group of kids that'll be
we only
studying?
lost 3 seniors. We only lost 3 seniors.
Oh.
And picked up a couple kids who thought they want to try it for next year. So I think we're going to start off with 15. They actually have an assignment right now. The theme is Africa, and I'm trying to get them prepared for something that most of us don't have a grasp of. Right. So they have to plan a 25-day trip for me.
Oh, yeah.
Five countries in 25 days, and they have a list of things for me to see. And they're competing for a free lunch, whose ever trip I decide I want to go on, I'm going to take them out to lunch.
That's a nice idea.
And so, to introduce them to Africa before we get into the actual specifics of studying.
Yeah.
Last year was World War II. In World War II, kids find fascinating the stories of the individuals who participated in the battles and things. This year, it's the science that they're all interested in. Why don't you tell her what the
It's diseases. All about diseases and different things in regards to that.
Wow.
So a lot of us are really interested in the sciences and stuff like that. And we actually have a couple people that joined because they heard that it was going to be diseases. And so people jumped on that.
That's incredible. What a neat group of kids you have.
Yeah.
I would hear something like that and probably go the other way. I'd go to hair and makeup class. That is really, really incredible. You've got a neat group there. I love your whole, the vibe you have too. You're just so mature and responsible. And I'm hoping that you do keep doing something like this. I could see you, I don't mean just the contest, I mean with your life. I mean, really neat that you're just, passionate, like your teacher said, passionate about this. So do you already see in these students that are going to be participating next year, do you kind of get a feel for which ones are going to go far? Did you feel like that with Jessica?
It's a situation that it's one of those things that what you put in is what you're going to get out.
Yeah.
And there's Jessica and a couple others who really took this on with the whole thing. I'm going to study the music. I'm going to read the book. Literature, they have to read a book, and so on. And then there were a few kids who just went, I'm just interested in the music part.
Right.
And I'm going to focus on that. And I'm not saying they wouldn't go far. There were actually a couple of medalists that surprised me.
Oh.
But those who really say I'm really going to put everything I can into this, they're going to be successful. And Jessica and her friends, especially at the regional level, walked away with a lot of medals in the various different topics. So that was very exciting.
That is so neat.
And sitting at state at the Memorial Auditorium in Sacramento, down by the Capitol, and there were schools that got called up several times, and individuals, and it kind of was a little disheartening.
Yeah.
And then I think I don't know if we saw your name on the screen because they put the kids' names on a big screen, or we heard them say it. I don't know which came first, but everybody's mouths just dropped, and it was a beyond a pleasant surprise. We knew she could do it, but the competition is very, very hard at the state level.
God.
There are schools that teach it as a class. There are schools, like some of the charter schools, that the whole school takes on the theme. So in every subject, no matter where they are, they're studying the theme. In some class where at Bret Hart's, it's outside of class. It's an extracurricular activity that it's not attached to their classes.
Big difference.
It's a big difference. So when they study, they're putting in their own time after school, before school, whatever it might be, to do it. And so definitely I believe that, and we're not the only school, but the schools that we have a little bit of a handicap there. These kids need 2 medals.
Oh, that's,
when they earn them.
Yeah, that is so neat. Boy, that commitment just blows me away that you could do something like that. So are these kids participating in this, competing in this for scholarship money? Is that why they do it?
Is it why they do it?
I don't mean why, but I mean, is that the winners get scholarships?
Our local, there's a local scholarship within our school that awarded the kids for each medal. They will receive $25 when they graduate.
Okay.
But I don't think they were aware of it when they first sign on. I'm not sure why they choose to do it. If it's some arm twisting, if it's some begging, if it's.
What did you do, honey? Was it for the competition or just?
I don't think I was even sure when I first started it. I wasn't even sure what it was about. None of us really knew about the scholarship money. It was just kind of a thing that you could meet new people and kind of learn new things, which is what we were all kind of about, learning. And
Sure. And your teacher's so supportive and seems to make it fun.
This year we had a field trip attached to it.
Yeah, we went to Manzanar.
What's that?
During World War II, during Japanese internment after Pearl Harbor attack. Manzanar was an internment camp that Japanese Americans were held in. And so we visited that, studied it intensely before we went, so we would know most things about it.
Right.
And Went on a day trip
That's
there.
great.
Executive Order 9066 interned 120,000 Japanese Americans from the West Coast.
Okay.
They were sent to 10 internment camps across the nation. One of those is Manzanar, which is on the other side of the Sierra Nevadas, Independence, California. It's one of two that has been partially reconstructed as historical sites.
Really?
And for years, I've wanted to take kids there, but it's quite a journey. It's
I
a
would love to
6
see
hour,
that.
one-way drive, and this was a great excuse. 12 of the 15 went,
Yeah.
and it made an impact. We were only there for about 4 hours, but they were greatly impacted by this unfortunate experience during the war years.
I would love to see that. I'm one of those people who I like to read and I love learning things from movies. When I was in school, I would get all excited when the teacher would wheel the TV in. That's how we used to watch TV back then. But to actually be somewhere and experience something, be able to touch it and smell it and see it is so incredible. But that makes me think of something else. Oh, darn, we only have a couple minutes left. Who helps pay for all of this? It's not free to go to Sacramento and to stay in a hotel, go out to eat, whatever you need to do. How do you guys get funding for that?
This past year, the district was generous enough to grant us money for our trip to Sacramento.
Okay.
Our field trip to Manzanar, the kids paid their own way.
Really? If you guys come up with any fundraisers or anything to do for your next one, your African one, or in the future ones that we don't know about yet, and you need help promoting that, let me know so we can help you guys raise money to do that. That's so important.
Yeah, they already would like to go to Africa, but I can't.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm wondering what kind of things are going to come up with that for you to do. But that's so neat. I love it. I love that you do this sort of thing. And what advice do you have for the kids that are doing it this year?
Study hard, but also have fun.
Yeah.
We meet a lot of people. The competitions are very fun and social because we're all kind of nerds that know all this random stuff about a certain subject. And so we can all get along and it's fun.
That is really cute, the way you described it. That is really cute. And do you have any advice for the kids who are going to be doing this?
That you're challenging what you know, and you're the only one who knows what you can know. So study hard, but again, make it fun. This isn't a punishment. This isn't homework. It is a test. There are 8 tests, but it is rewarding when you do earn those medals at the end.
Awesome. And any words of encouragement for the kids who are sort of on the fence about it, not sure if they want to do it? Why should they?
Because it's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's really a fun experience.
Yeah.
Like I thoroughly enjoyed doing it this year, and I look forward to this next year because it's a good experience.
Good. So they should just go for it, right?
Yeah,
Give it a try.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. You guys, didn't that go by fast? Thank you so much. I was nervous about it. Like, what the heck am I going to ask? I don't even know where to start.
We didn't even talk about the dance we had.
Yeah, we had a dance.
You had a dance?
We had
Oh,
a
you guys-
World War II themed USO dance.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to your African dance this year.
Yeah,
Film it for us. You guys,
Lion
thank you
King
very
or something.
much. Right? Thank you very much for being here. And keep in touch with us. I'll probably see you next year then when you're back again with your other medals, your African medals. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time on Tammy's Window in Calaveras.